So now we are going to start with this new topic of your module number one, that is a difference between personal management and human resource management. Just quickly go through with this so that we can together. I will be seeking your input on the same also. That what do you understand by these differences? What is written over there? एंड व्हाट डज दिस पर्सनल मैनेजमेंट एक्चुअली मीन्स, क्योंकि हम एचआरएम का मीन तो हमने पढ़ा था कि एचआरएम से क्या मतलब है। तो ये पर्सनल मैनेजमेंट होता क्या है, कब एप्लीकेबल होता है या नहीं होता है, दैट वी विल डिस्कस। So any one of you who would like to clear that what do we mean by personal management, whatever is your understanding, based on that if you would like to explain this, just raise your hand, then I will allow you to speak. कोई बताना चाहेगा कि पर्सनल मैनेजमेंट से मतलब क्या है, जो यहाँ पर डिफरेंस के पॉइंट दिए हुए हैं उनके बेसिस पर। ओके, हर्षराज वुड लाइक टू एक्सप्लेन। हर्षराज, प्लीज अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ एंड स्पीक।
Sir, personal management is generally practiced from our traditional days in which we personally manage our things. But in the modern day and the modern world, we have introduced the HRM, Human Resource Management, which is a department basically for the management of the organization.
इज राइट, बट व्हाट डज दिस एक्चुअली मीन? आपने बताया कि पर्सनल मैनेजमेंट वाज एप्लीकेबल इन द ट्रेडिशनल डेज, इन द ओल्ड पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, एंड प्रेजेंटली वी आर फोकसिंग अपॉन एचआरएम, बट व्हाट डज इट एक्चुअली मीन?
So human resource management is basically all type of human needs we are discussing about. If there is an employee, their social needs, their monetary terms needs, their work-life balance, everything we are discussing. But in the personal management, we were not used to discuss these kinds of things.
Okay, I am asking to Ria. Ria, yes, you have raised your hand. Just unmute yourself and speak. Now you can unmute yourself.
सर रिया नहीं ऋतु।
अच्छा, सॉरी सॉरी, मुझे वो रिया ही दिख रहा था। आई एम सॉरी, ऋतु, यस।
Sir, personal management means managing yourself, your time and habits, goal, emotions. So, and HRM, human resource management, means managing people at a work, like recruitment, training, developing, and managing employees in an organization.
So both the topics, both the concepts applicable today as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Now, Pallavi, I'm coming to you. Pallavi, now unmute and speak if you have something to say on this.
The personal management is basically the administrative part where it is like hiring and keeping a record of the employees, while human resource management is a broader concept wherein a strategic approach is integrated with an employee management keeping in mind the goals of the organization.
Okay, so what is actually the difference between these two? You can say the advanced version of or the more upgraded version is HRM of personal
Yes,
management.
sir. That is, yes, that would be a
Okay,
better way
fine.
to put it.
Okay, fine. So see, what I'm saying here is that personal management if we talk about ना, that is not applicable at present time period. है ना? तो ये पहले हम लोगों को पहले चीज क्लियर होनी चाहिए because in personal management we were not treating human as a human being, as a human resource. We were treating them as a equivalent to machines, land, building, whatever the company has as an asset. And that way we were treating. मैं आपको इसका एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ. अच्छा, आप में से कई लोगों ने केजीएफ मूवी देखी है. ये जब मैंने ऑफलाइन क्लास में भी समझाया था तब भी आई हैव गिवन द सेम एग्जांपल क्योंकि अभी ये रिसेंट मूवी थी जो काफी हिट हुई थी, है ना? तो जिन लोगों ने देखी जस्ट रेज योर हैंड. देखी हुई है ना? ठीक है. काफी कम लोग कर पा रहे हैं. आई थिंक सम अदर्स आर समवेयर एल्स आल्सो, है ना? तो ऑनलाइन में ये एक डिसएडवांटेज भी है कि रियल इनपुट पता नहीं चल पाता, है ना? चलिए ठीक है. तो आपने वहां देखा होगा कि देयर वर द लेबर्स, है ना? लेबर्स व्हिच वर मैनेज्ड बाय, क्या नाम था उनका? अधीरा. अधीरा वाज देयर ना? So he was the one who was managing all the administrative part of the KGF before that hero, है ना, comes into the picture. तो उस समय क्या कंडीशन थी लेबर की? कैन यू इमेजिन दोज कंडीशंस? मीन्स दे वर सपोज टू वर्क ओनली, है ना? वी वर नॉट टेकिंग केयर ऑफ देम. इफ दे आर इल, इफ दे आर नॉट एबल टू वर्क, व्हाट वर दे डूइंग? दे वर किलिंग देम, है ना? उसमें एक्चुअली दे वर शोइंग द वेरी एक्सट्रीम पार्ट, है ना, कि किस तरह से वो एक रूड एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर डिक्टेटर दे आर गोइंग टू मैनेज देयर टीम, राइट? तो इस केस में जब आप देखोगे तो वी कैन कंपेयर दैट पर्सनल मैनेजमेंट विद द सेम. व्हाई आई एम सेइंग सो? बिकॉज हियर वी आर नॉट कंसर्न्ड अबाउट द प्रॉब्लम्स और द ग्रीवियंसेस which are there with the employees. हम उनको कंसीडर करते ही नहीं है एज एन एम्प्लॉयर, एज अ ओनर ऑफ द कंपनी. इफ someone is not capable enough to do the work, what we will do? We will terminate them. Other people will come, they will do the work. In that way the company is managing their all the tasks. Is it clear? So उस सिचुएशन को जब हम सोचते हैं, और वी कैन से द टाइम वाज देयर व्हेन वी हैड ए कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ बाउंडेड लेबर आल्सो. तो उसमें भी क्या होता था कि एम्प्लॉइज आर देयर, दे आर वर्किंग, दे हैव टू वर्क. इफ द एक्स्ट्रा शिफ्ट्स आर देयर, वी आर नॉट पेइंग एनी कंपनसेशन, द एडिशनल कंपनसेशन, बट दे आर सपोज टू डू द वर्क ओनली. तो जो इस तरह की जो हम कह सकते हैं सिनेरियोज होते हैं, दे कम्स अंडर द हेड ऑफ पर्सनल मैनेजमेंट. व्हाइल HRM is much advanced, much upgraded version of the previously we were managing the people, because here we consider human resource as an asset of the company. एसेट का मतलब क्या होता है? आपके पास भी एसेट होंगी ना, आपकी स्कूटी होगी, आपकी कार होगी. हम उसकी कितनी केयर करते हैं? साफ करके रखते हैं, एक सफाई वाला लगाते हैं, रिपेयर मेंटेनेंस कराते हैं, एवरीथिंग गोज ऑन द रेगुलर बेसिस, जिससे वो अच्छा चले. In the same way, with human resource, what we do? We give them effective and attractive compensation package. We try to motivate them. We try to give them extra perks, bonuses, promotion whenever it is required, whenever it is applicable. Purpose is to maintain the talented workforce, the skilled workforce within the company. That is the purpose always, right? So this is the broader meaning of both what we are discussing today. So now we come to the slide. There, as you can see, तो मीनिंग हमने डिस्कस कर ही लिया. वी कम टू द अप्रोच. तो अप्रोच इज क्लियर एज इट इज रिटन एंड आल्सो एक्सप्लेन्ड बाय वन ऑफ द स्टूडेंट that this is a traditional approach because it was used earlier. Now we are using the HRM in most of the organizations. Treatment of manpower, ये अभी हमने डिस्कस किया था that we were treating personal management as a machine or tool. Why machine or tool? Because you know that if in a machine some part is not working properly, what we do? We remove that part और उसकी जगह हम वही पार्ट नया रिप्लेस कर देते हैं. आजकल तो ये होता है ना, जो हम सर्विस कराने जाते हैं, अब उस पार्ट को तो ठीक करने नहीं बैठते. What they do? They change the complete part which is not able to work. Similarly, in the personal management, when it was applicable, those people who were not able to work, we are terminating them, we are firing them. And the new people will replace their positions, those who are able to work. है ना? तो हम इतना ज्यादा ह्यूमन रिसोर्स से पहले इतना ज्यादा रिलेट नहीं करते थे. द नेक्स्ट इज it is modern, as you know that the HRM is nowadays widely acceptable by the many of the organization. एसेट की हमने बात करी ली कि दिस इज जो मैंने बताया था अभी कि एसेट की हम प्रॉपर केयर करते हैं सो दैट दे कैन वर्क मोर, their skills can be well utilized by the companies, and we try to give them as much as benefits are possible. And so many types of leaves are there. They have casual leaves, they have medical leaves, they have earned leaves, LWP also. Then they have maternity leaves, especially women. Then they have childcare leaves. Then we have paternal leave for the parents. Then we have RH, and restricted holidays, and so many other type of holidays are nowadays given to the employees so that they can manage their work life balance as well. कई कंपनी आपने देखी होंगी, उनको अकोमोडेशन फैसिलिटी भी प्रोवाइड करते हैं, मील फैसिलिटी प्रोवाइड, इट इज ऑल गिवन बाय द कंपनी. Always the purpose is to acquire and maintain the skilled workforce within the company. Now the type of function in personal management, routine function. What is routine function over there? That it was the, we can say, the daily practice or the weekly practice or frequent practice, that we will hire the people, we will terminate the people, we will hire the people, we will terminate the people. And reason being, because those who are not able to meet their target, we are not going to get any kind of discussion, we are simply terminating them, and the other people will come on their place and they will start working as the other work, the previous one was working. Why? Yes, anything? Yes. While in case of HRM, it is a strategic function, because once we are hiring or selecting a personnel, then what is our approach? We always try to maintain that particular workforce within the system, कि वो लंबे टाइम तक काम करे. And because of that reason, अभी जो मैंने बताया benefits, we all are providing those benefits along with the regular performance review, regular promotions and all these things. तो यहाँ पर हम लॉन्ग टर्म अप्रोच लेके चलते हैं. वंस वी हायर ए पर्टिकुलर पीपल ऑन अ गिवन डे, objective is that he should work for number of years, maybe till the retirement he should work for the welfare of the company. Now we come to the labor management, collective bargaining contract. What does it mean? Earlier, that when the company was supposed to hire some people, what they were doing, they are not going to look into the resources, they will only hire one contractor, and that contractor, again I will give the reference of that KGF movie, कि वहां भी क्या होता था, आपने देखा था ना, लोगों को वो बंदी बना के लाया जाता था, वो अपने एयरक्राफ्ट से वो वहां लेके आते थे, या ट्रेन से वो उन्हें लेके आ रहे हैं कंटेनर में, और वो काम के लिए आ रहे हैं. तो क्या वो अधीरा जो वहां पर विलन दिखाया गया है, क्या वो खुद वो सारे काम कर रहा था? नहीं ना, उसने एक कॉन्ट्रैक्टर के थ्रू वो सारे लोगों को वहां बुलाया जाता था. इन द सेम वे इन द प्रीवियस कंपनीज, व्हाट वाज द यूजुअल प्रैक्टिसेस, कि हम कलेक्टिव बार्गेनिंग कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करते थे एक कॉन्ट्रैक्टर से, कि भाई मुझे तुमसे 6 महीने के लिए, 1 साल के लोग चाहिए होंगे कंपनी के लिए, वट एवर इज द नंबर, यू आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल टू मेंटेन द नंबर विद इन द कंपनी. और उससे हम कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करते थे, जिसके अंदर वो सारे लोग जैसे भी लेके आया वो उनको मार पिटाई करके लाए या उनको किडनैप करके लाता है. मैं मूवी का एग्जांपल फिर से वो उस पर हम आ रहे हैं, या रियल टाइम में हम देखते हैं कि वो कैसे भी लोगों को बहला फुसला के लेके आना, उनको काम के लिए लगा देना. कितना पैसा देना है, इट इज नॉट एज पर द लॉ विच इज देयर इन द इंडिया एज वेल. इंडिया की अगर हम बात करें, उससे फार बिलो दे आर गोइंग टू पे, बट दे हैव टू वर्क फॉर द कंपनीज. बट नाउ यू कैन सी इन द प्रेजेंट सिनेरियो, क्या इस तरह के कोई कलेक्टिव बार्गेनिंग कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होते हैं? किसी एक कॉन्ट्रैक्टर से होता हो जिसके अंडर वो ही इज द ओनली वन हु विल पे द सैलरीज? Nowadays you can see in the companies that we have individual contract for each and every employee. देखते हैं ना, maybe most of you are working in your companies. Once you have started, what you got in the very first day, your offer letter, even before your joining, है ना, offer letter आता है, then you are signing it, means if you are accepting all the terms and condition, you are not bound, है ना, you are not bound to do the sign. if you are if you are willing to sign the contract, if you are liking that particular offer which is made by the company, then you are you are signing as a proof of your consent to work with the company as per their highlighted, their mentioned terms and conditions and job responsibility which are supposed to be done by the employee, right? And then decision making पे आते हैं, स्लो एंड फास्ट, बिकॉज यू नो दैट इन स्लो, हम क्यों बोल रहे हैं स्लो, हम इसलिए बोल रहे हैं बिकॉज यू नो इफ द लोअर सेगमेंट या subordinate, the minimum we can say the profile, if they would like to convey something to the upper management, it is very much hard or next to impossible for them. है ना? Maybe some immediate authorities are there, only they are the one who were acting as a judge for those particular subordinate, and they were taking all the decisions for their employees. But in case of HRM, there is a proper channel. हमने पढ़े होंगे ना लाइन एंड अथॉरिटी, जो हमारे मॉडल्स होते हैं फॉर ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल स्ट्रक्चर। तो उसमें हम देखते हैं कि आपको अगर कोई इमीडिएट बेसिस पर, अर्जेंट बेसिस पर, इफ यू वुड लाइक टू communicate something to the upper management, there is a provision. You can also communicate your thing directly to the authorities. These kind of we can say the provisions exist in the HRM. Now focus primarily on activities like hiring, recruiting and training. Means as I said, hiring, firing, है ना? तो hire करते थे, उसको जो काम करना है वो ट्रेनिंग देना, ठीक है? और उसके बाद if he is not capable enough, termination, then again we are going to hire, we are going to recruit, we are going to train them, and then again they are start working as per their profile. But in case of human resource, treat manpower of the organization as valued assets. तो जो अभी हम काफी इसको हम डिस्कस कर चुके हैं, मीन्स वी आर ट्रीटिंग देम एज ए एसेट, वी गिव देम ए वैल्यू एज एन एसेट, वी ट्राई टू यूज देम एज एन एसेट, और हम प्रिजर्व भी करके रखना चाहते हैं. वी ऑलवेज वुड willing to preserve our human resource within the company only, so that they can work for longer, as long as period it is possible for the employee, he should work with the company only. Because as much as time will be passing, time will pass by, है ना? As much as we can say the number of years the worker or the employee will work within their function, they will become more efficient. And if the efficiency is there, again we can have minimum input and we can get the maximum output from the same resource. So these kind of benefits the company may enjoy if they are able to preserve their workforce. Now we come to this principles, है ना? हम ये functions हम बात करेंगे यहाँ पर कि क्या क्या functions हैं हमारे HRM के. तो दिस इज अ डिटेल, है ना? ये जो हम यहाँ पर ये जो मैंने लिखे हुए हैं, these all are the detail of your these functions. So you can see what are the different functions. First is we can divide these human resource function into two parts, that is managerial and second is operative. Managerial function, I hope that many of you have already studied in your school time, in your college time as well, when you did your 11th 12th with commerce or BBA, BCom or BMS, these kind of course if you have done, you must have gone through with these managerial function. Always the function of HRM, the managerial part is planning, organizing, staffing, direction, and controlling. So planning means what? Planning is what to, again, with reference to HRM, if we discuss, then what to do within the perspective of the, or within, under the broader context of the HRM, we have to define. We have to define where to do, when to do, and now who will do, and how to do. These kind of things you should get the answer well in advance. Organizing means once you have planned, then you are going to execute your plan on real basis. That comes under the head of organizing. And sorting all the plans which you have already developed to be executed, now you are supposed to execute under the heading of organizing. That is called organizing. The third is staffing. Staffing, that we mean generally the recruitment and selection that we will do, means how many people are required at a given point of time. It is the duty of HR to maintain the workforce, है ना, as it is required. Just give me a yes. Staffing is, as I said, that the recruitment and selection means at one point of time how much workforce is required under which particular function. As we are aware that there are so many functions, like we have production function, or we call it operations, we have purchase function, we have marketing, we have sales, we have finance function, we have research and development, we have IT. जिसे हम बोलते हैं इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी फंक्शन. So there are so many function in an organization. So under which particular function, how many workforce is required, and maintaining the number which is adequate at a given point of time. This comes under the head of staffing. Then we have direction. Direction means training and development. Means that what are the job responsibility of one individual, we give them more and more description under the head of training. And now training के बाद again, if we would like to give the capacity building, we would like to build the additional capacity of a workforce, then we conduct these development program for the staff member, so that maybe in the near future some senior positions are there, maybe someone would like to shift or switch their job from one function to the another one, then these kind of things take place under the head of direction. And what is controlling? Controlling means whatever targets or standard has been set by the organization. Now, when the employee will perform on actual basis, then we will compare between standard and actual results. कि standard हमारा क्या set था, what was the target, and what an individual has achieved in a given point of time. तो ये comparison के base पे what we will come to know, we will come to know whether the employee was able to perform as per the expectation or not. तभी तो हमें पता चलेगा ना. When we will know these kind of things, then only we can take some corrective actions if the performance was adverse. If it was not up to the mark, then only you will um, call that particular employee, you will ask, you will counsel him that what are the problems, what are the challenges he faced, due to which he is not able to meet the target as other, because others are able to meet the same target. Then maybe some training needs are there, then you can schedule retraining program for the employee. Maybe there are some personal issues, some professional issues, so you can figure it out, right, accordingly, as in whatever mode it is, it can be resolved by the HR person. So these kind of things can be done in the controlling. So controlling is also important. Then the operative functions. अब हम अगर HRM के operative function की बात करते हैं, the first is procurement. Procurement means arranging all the resources which are required for the purpose of production, for the purpose of we can say the creating a sound or ideal work environment within the company. So for that purpose, whatever are the resources which are required, that you are going to manage, you are going to arrange under the head of procurement. Then we have development. Development means here more specifically what we do, that again as I said that there are the employees who would like to, suppose as you know na, it happens with each one of us कि हमको, we would like to join the HR department. Suppose your primary we can say the expectation was to join, or the desire was to join the HR department, but because the job was not there, it was a very rare job in the HR field, then you are getting some marketing field job and you are into the marketing field. But now you know the companies are there, those who give, all those who provide the opportunity to work as you desire. So for that purpose, you will see that after a 9 period of time, or 1 year, or maybe 2 year, after 2 years of your joining, you are going to get the opportunity to apply for the vacant position in your desired department. So if some additional skill set is required, है ना, yeah, if some other we can say the more capacity enhancement is required. So for that purpose, these development programs are conducted by the organizations. So those who are willing to join these development programs, they can join, they can sharpen their skill, and they can become eligible for their desired jobs. That is called development. Next is compensation. We know all the salary, है ना? Not only salary, in addition to the salary, we have so many financial and non-financial incentives. So all the computation, what are the adequate level of financial incentives for an individual as per the target, if you are achieving, what should be the non-financial incentives, what are the different types, these all administration comes under the head of compensation. And the major portion, or we can say the prime portion of your compensation is the salary which an employee is getting. So is it feasible or not? Is it adequate? That salary at a, suppose if I say the marketing manager is getting 40,000 per month, is it really adequate at that level or not? it should be adequate, it should be feasible. If it will not be feasible, then what will be the problem? Maybe you are not going to get the skilled workforce on that desired job profile. वो ऐसा क्यों होगा? Because maybe skilled workforce is going to get the better salary packages because your salary is not justifiable according to the position. तो ये मैनेज करना, what should be the ideal point, what should be the ideal salary, what are the different incentives are required, what should be the level, maximum, minimum level. This is a very crucial decision. So all these decision making comes under the head of compensation management. The next is motivation. If you, anyone or some of you would like to explain in your company, those who I'm asking this question from the working professional, that what are the different motivation schemes or techniques or programs are initiated by your organization? अगर कोई आप में से कोई बताना चाहे अपनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का रेफरेंस देके, प्लीज रेज योर हैंड इफ समवन इज देयर हु वुड लाइक टू शेयर देयर एक्सपीरियंस फ्रॉम देयर कंपनी कि वहाँ इस तरह से मोटिवेशन के लिए एक्टिविटीज होती हैं या कुछ स्कीम्स होती हैं, कुछ कॉन्टेस्ट होते हैं जिससे कि पॉजिटिविटी और मोटिवेशन आता है लोगों में काम करने के लिए. जस्ट रेज योर हैंड इफ एनीवन. ओके, सार्थक वुड लाइक टू से समथिंग ऑन दिस. सार्थक, just unmute yourself and speak. Just a minute, Sarthak. Yes, Sarthak. Now you can unmute and speak.
Okay, sir, am I audible now?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, so sir, I guess Fun Fridays that most of the corporates are actually offering for most of the employees, where HRs are actually, doing those Fun Fridays to all the employees so that they can get motivated and they can work more efficiently.
Okay, very good. It is a very relevant point that in those, again, the companies, those who are really looking after that the employee should feel motivated, what the companies are practicing or what the companies are initiating, that is very well explained by the Sarthak, that they are conducting the Fun Friday, or that is sometimes it is called Fun Do Friday also. So means maybe on not on entire day, but maybe half day or in some company full day. What they do, they organize some team building programs. They organize some events where employee can feel relaxed and they can live their hobbies lively in their organizations. Like if I say some of the activities like cap making competition, यानी जो पेपर आता है ना, कार्डबोर्ड टाइप का जो पेपर आता है वो सबको आपने इक्वली डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर दिया. नाउ यू आर आस्किंग देम टू मेक द हैंडमेड कैप्स बाय यूजिंग दैट पर्टिकुलर कार्डबोर्ड. या मैं बोलूं रिस्ट वॉच, या वो क्या बोलते हैं उसे, रिस्ट बैंड मेकिंग कॉम्पिटिशंस. समटाइम फैशन शोज आर देयर ऑन द रैम्स इन द कंपनी ओनली, and then it is expected that the people will come dressed up, the well dressed up, for participating in that fashion show. Then we are rewarding them also. So very good point raised by the Sarthak, that these are the different activities which are organized by their HR, so that employees may feel motivated and may feel family-like environment in their company. Now coming to the Sonia, she would like to give some more input on this. Yes, Sonia, unmute and speak.
Yes, sir. There are some other things as well which HR conduct during the like in the organization. That
Mhm.
is R&R, rewards and recognition, by rewarding the employees where they can feel motivated.
When do they
Also,
reward? When do they reward? What is the reason they are rewarding?
on the basis of their performance, how they are
Yes, yes.
performing, and apart from this, conducting the occasional activities like Diwali function and something like that.
Yes, absolutely right, Sonia. Very good input from your side. That as she has mentioned that concept of R&R, rewards and recognition. So in that, see, in some companies you will find that on quarterly basis, somewhere it is monthly basis also, somewhere it is annual basis. The companies are used to conduct these annual meets or quarterly meets. तो वो कोई अच्छी जगह चुनते हैं, उसके लिए कोई डिस्क हो सकता है, मे बी सम रेस्टोरेंट, मे बी सम गुड होटल्स, वेयर कंपनीज आर ऑर्गेनाइजिंग देयर एम्प्लॉय मीट्स, है ना. कई जगह आपने सुना होगा एनुअल मीटिंग्स होती हैं, कई जगह क्वार्टरली मीटिंग्स होती हैं, और वहां पर द वन हु आर द ग्रुप ऑफ एम्प्लॉयज हु आर परफॉर्मिंग, है ना, एंड इन एन एंटायर ईयर और इन एन एंटायर क्वार्टर, based on their productivity and quality achievement, they are going to be recognized by the top authorities. So in that basis, what comes in the mindset of the other employees, कि यार इस बार तो इसने ये अवार्ड ले लिया, next time I will also work in the same way, I will also work harder so that I can also get the appreciation and recognition from the top authorities. So these kind of signs of motivations gets created or it gets evolved in the mindset of the employees. So very good example from your side. So these are the things, है ना, जैसा अभी दो स्टूडेंट्स ने बताया, तो these kind of things can be done by the HR, they can organize these kind of things. कई जगह आप देखेंगे गेम competitions भी होते हैं, है ना, कई in those kind of sports competition, your manager and you as a worker both are participating together in a team. So एक friendly like environment, team spirit, group cohesiveness, it gets created and it gets evolved. So due to which, again, in a much more effective manner, you can work with your team. So these kind of things create the sense of motivation. You are willing to work more than you were working earlier, right? So these are the benefits of organizing these. So this is all under the head of motivation. The next is integration. Integration means the HR should always remain integrated, or we can say connected with the other department as well. Why? Because if you are not getting connected with the other department, then how you are going to get the number of vacant position? Maybe that they are going to give their resignation to the HR, but अगर उनको अपने जो अलग अलग हम कह सकते हैं कि जो functions हैं उनके head से अगर आप वो connected नहीं हो, senior managers of the heads, sorry, of the functions, if you are not connected with them, then how you are going to get the exact details of the vacant position? So for that particular purpose, you should remain connected with them. Similarly, there may be n number of issues in the different departments. So if you are not familiar with the other department other than HR, then maybe they will not feel very comfortable to share their problems with the HR people. To avoid these kind of restrictions and barriers, this is very much important for HR to remain connected, to remain interactive, to remain integrated with the other department employees as well. ठीक है, this is called integration. So that has to be done by the HR. That is the meaning over there. So any questions so far? Whatever we have discussed related to these topics, we had a discussion over this. First is difference between HRM and personal management. Then we had a discussion over functions of HRM. So any question from your side, then please raise your hand. Otherwise, we will move further. है किसी का क्वेश्चन कोई अभी तक? Your voice is not clear. Please speak louder. Yes, someone. Okay, Shri. If someone else, अगर कोई है तो बताइए. Shri, अगर आपके पास है कोई doubt, then please unmute yourself and speak.
Okay, good afternoon, sir.
Good
Sir,
afternoon.
I wanted to ask from exams point of view. So these points, do they come in the exam? Like, do we have to elaborate them? In what form are the questions formed from this section?
Yes,
What we are
definitely. That
studying?
okay. Got your question. You are asking about the question pattern. I hope that many times the other faculty has also elaborated about the same. Again, I am repeating if you are not there in those sessions, that in with reference to the examination, you will always get the two kind of questions. One is section A where you will get a case study based question. मीन्स देयर विल बी ए केस. हम इसको आगे डिस्कस भी करेंगे ना कि केस क्या होता है, कैसे सॉल्व करते हैं. बट इन सेक्शन ए दैट इज मैंडेटरी टू अटेम्प्ट, उसमें आपको कोई क्वेश्चन स्किप नहीं करना है. in that section there will be a case given, some real problem or maybe some imaginary problem, based on which there will be 2 to 4 questions that you are supposed to answer with reference to the case which is mentioned in the form of a passage. Section B is there where you get the 6 questions which are descriptive in nature. लाइक अगर मैं एचआरएम से बोलूं कोई रैंडम क्वेश्चन, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय एचआरएम, है ना, व्हाट आर इट्स इंपॉर्टेंस, इलेबोरेट, ये तो डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन हो गए. सिमिलरली यू मे गेट द इनडायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन आल्सो, दैट सपोज यू आर एन एचआर मैनेजर ऑफ XYZ कंपनी, there is a issue of conflict between A and B employee, so what will be the procedure to resolve that conflict, so kindly elaborate. अब इस तरह का जब एक क्वेश्चन आता है, दैट इज कॉल्ड अप्लाइड क्वेश्चन. So being a HR manager, now you are supposed to explain if the conflict is exist between A and B. What you are going to do? You are going to apply the conflict resolution process. What is this process? You have to give more detail about that particular process. यहाँ अगर हम बोले ग्रीवियंस हैंडलिंग redressal सिस्टम होता है तो उसमें क्या क्या स्टेप्स होते हैं. So these kind of things may come in the applied manner also. Like you are an HR manager, you are a different manager, senior manager, then a condition is given, what will be your answer? So in both ways you can get the question. So in section B you get 6 questions, out of which you are supposed to attempt 4 questions because the marking is 12.5 each question. ठीक है, तो उसमें आपको 4 क्वेश्चन अटेम्प्ट करने हैं जो 50 मार्क्स के होंगे सेक्शन बी में, और सेक्शन ए विच इज केस स्टडी इट कंप्राइज 20 मार्क्स. इन दैट वे यू गेट 70.
So, sir,
ठीक है.
right, sir, right. Thanks. So, but sir, for this case, the functions of HRM, for example, like so, generalized questions are asked, and then we have to compile the answer based on what we are studying, or is it
Yes,
direct
definitely,
questions?
definitely.
Name the functions of HRM, and then we have to write it down. Is it as direct as
यस यस
this?
यस यस, सिंपली देखिए आप उसको कैसे भी लिख सकते हैं ना, आपने हेडिंग्स लिख दिए पहले कि these are the
हाँ,
different type of functions can be divided into 2 parts. One is managerial, the other one is
okay,
operative. You are writing the names, then one by one you are going to elaborate them heading wise, maybe with the help of example,
okay. So,
then it is okay.
okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, okay.
ठीक है. Okay,
Thank
thank you Shri. Any other question from anyone? Okay, Sadaf Kazmi, uh, unmute yourself and speak. Okay, Rishi, I'm coming to your query also, है ना? Meanwhile, Sadaf Kazmi, if you have any query, please raise your query. I think he has no query. Just a minute. मैं एक बार अभी चैट बॉक्स में भी जो आपने कुछ क्वेश्चन रेज किए उनको भी हम वन बाय वन कंसिडर कर लेते हैं. अच्छा सदफ, जस्ट अ मिनट, आई एम अगेन. यस, अब आप अनम्यूट करो एंड बोलो जरा क्या आप कहना चाह रहे थे.
I just wanted to make a request to please summarize the basic differences we have dictated earlier.
नॉट गेटिंग योर वॉइस प्रॉपर्ली, प्लीज पार्डन, थोड़ा जोर से बोलो.
Hello, am I audible to you now?
यस यस.
I just wanted to give a request to please summarize the basic difference which you have dictated earlier.
एचआरएम एंड पर्सनल.
Yes.
ओके, देखिए मैंने आपको ये बोला था that in case of personal management we were not treating our human resource as an asset. Means if they are capable enough to work, personal management की हम बात करें ना, ये means you are managing the employee, meaning तो ये निकलता है. But there we were not concerned about the personal side and the professional issues. If they really feel the employer were not taking care of these kind of issues, means if you are able to work, just work. If you are not capable enough to work, leave the company. So these kind of environment was there at the time of personal management when this concept was applied by the companies. But now when the HRM comes, we are more worried about the concern and the issues if it is faced by the employees. आप देखते हैं ना कि अगर किसी मेल को या फीमेल को अगर कोई हेरेसमेंट होता है, कुछ उनका एक्सप्लॉयटेशन होता है, अगर वो एक क्वेरी रेज कर देते हैं, तो देन इट बिकम्स ए रियली वेरी बिग इश्यूज इन द कंपनी, और उसको अच्छे से टैकल किया जाता है जिससे कि वो एम्प्लॉय he should get satisfactory resolution of their issues which they were facing at the workplace. Sometimes maybe you are not able to perform well. Reason is you are not able to attend the training with full mind and soul over there. Then maybe some retraining program may be conducted by the organization so that you can perform much better. ये HRM में आपके issues and concern देखे जाते हैं. It was not there at the time of personal management. Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
ठीक है, ये बेसिक डिफरेंस मैंने आपको बताया. रेस्ट ऑल द डिफरेंसेस वी हैव ऑलरेडी explained, है ना. Now coming to this, the questions are there. सर ऑफिशियल इवेंट्स के दिन ओल्ड एंड बेस्ट एम्प्लॉइज को टैग, ये मोहिनी ने लिखा हुआ है. दस इट इज राइट कि समटाइम्स दे गिव्स द ओल्ड एम्प्लॉइज या मोस्ट एक्सपीरियंस्ड एम्प्लॉय अलग अलग टाइटल देते हैं ना. टाइटल्स मे बी डिफाइंड एज अकॉर्डिंग टू देयर नेचर, देयर फीचर्स, देयर सर्वाइवल इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. तो वो जो आपको टाइटल दिया जा रहा है ओल्ड एम्प्लॉइज का, आप देखते हैं ना कई बार उनके जो की चेन होती है उसमें उनके लगे भी रहता है 12 लिखा रहता है, 10 years, it means they are in the company from last 10 years, from last 12 years. It also gives a sense of motivation कि आप इतने टाइम से जब काम करते हैं, means the other people may get evident enough, or they may get the information very easily. Yes, in this company the work environment is very stable. और जहां ऐसा नहीं होता, जहां आपको वो टैग नहीं दिखते हैं 8-10 साल वाले, 20 साल वाले, आपको दिखता है कि 2-3 साल, 2-3 साल हर कोई इतने टाइम से है, तो आपको क्या लगने लगता है कि यार यहाँ तो मैं 2-3 साल ही काम कर पाऊंगा या कर पाऊंगी, आई विल हैव टू सर्च नेक्स्ट कंपनी विद इन नेक्स्ट 2-3 years, बिकॉज यहाँ सर्वाइवल मुश्किल हो जाएगा. So in that way, if this kind of environment is there, then the skilled employees always would like to join the companies which are able to provide, which are able to offer stable job environment. तो ये उसका नुकसान भी है. ठीक है ना. तो मोटिवेशन क्या मिलेगा कि अगर आप इस तरह के टाइटल देते हैं ओल्ड एम्प्लॉइज या न्यू एम्प्लॉइज, इन दैट वे मीन्स द कंपनी इज रिकॉग्नाइजिंग देयर एफर्ट्स. ठीक है. अब अनदर क्वेश्चन इज रेज बाय ऋषि कुमार तिवारी इज, सर could please give again give some points on procurement. Yes, as I said, देखिए एचआर को है ना, जैसे सपोज मार्केटिंग डिपार्टमेंट इज देयर वेयर 10 positions are vacant. This information has been communicated by the marketing head to the HR head. Now this is the job of HR to figure out what are the different resources from where we can get the 10 skilled managers in the marketing field. तो उसके लिए क्या करते हैं, जो जो पोजीशन वैकेंट हुई हैं उनको एनालाइज करना, व्हाट शुड बी द जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन, व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट थिंग्स और एलिजिबिलिटी क्राइटेरिया फॉर दोज जॉब दैट यू हैव टू फाइनलाइज. नाउ आफ्टर फाइनलाइजेशन ऑफ दीज थिंग्स यू हैव टू पब्लिश ऑन वेरियस चैनल्स, योर सोशल मीडिया चैनल्स, your different websites, the third party websites like naukri.com, monster, linkedin, and other social media pages where you can post your advertisement. Then we have consultant. तो उनके थ्रू हम क्या करेंगे, वी आर गोइंग टू गेट मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ कैंडिडेट हु आर एलिजिबल फॉर योर वैकेंट पोजीशन. But why maximum? Because you always would like to have skilled employees in the workforce. So but more is the number of candidate, eligible candidate, more chances that you are able to get the skilled employees. तो ये एक मैंने एग्जांपल दिया अरेंजमेंट का कि you have to procure these resources. Sometimes, like suppose in the earlier days, salary computation was done by on manual basis by the HR. कंपनसेशन की अलग से पूरी टीम हुआ करती थी. आपने कंपनी में भी देखा होगा, मर्सर जैसी कंपनीज ये क्या करते हैं, ये एचआर सपोर्ट प्रोवाइड करते हैं बीइंग ए थर्ड पार्टी, है ना. लेकिन पहले क्या हुआ करता था, हाथों से सैलरी बनाई जाती थी. किसी की सैलरी कुछ कमाई, अब उसका रिकॉर्ड अगर निकालना है तो उसको कई बार चक्कर लगाने पड़ते थे अपने कंपनसेशन डिपार्टमेंट के, सैलरी डिपार्टमेंट के, देन ही वाज एबल टू नो. लेकिन क्या आज की डेट में ये स्थिति है. So to avoid these kind of ambiguity and time, we can say the time consuming processes जो हम मैनुअल क्या करते थे, now what are the changes, we have compensation management softwares, ERPs are there, softwares are there where you can easily calculate salary for each and every employee within the company. अब आपको इतने ज्यादा मैनुअल एफर्ट देने नहीं पड़ते. तो कंपनी ने क्या किया, they are going to procure that software which can help us in compensation management. So I hope that I have made my point clear about the procurement. So now if there is any other query or we should move further. Okay, we move further. तो आगे चलते हैं. अब यहाँ आप देखेंगे दिस वी हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस्ड द मैनेजर फंक्शन. दिस इज फॉर योर रेफरेंस. ओके, वंस आई विल शेयर इट विद यू. मैंने पहले भी शेयर किया हुआ है, यू कैन डाउनलोड इट. So this you can easily refer. Now coming to the qualities. And also just a minute, let me share this unit number 1 with all of you. ये एक बार मैं शेयर भी कर देता हूँ जिससे आप इसको अपने लिए आगे भी जब आपको पढ़ना हो तो आप पढ़ सके ना. जस्ट गिव मी अ मोमेंट, लेट मी शेयर फर्स्ट, देन आई विल कंटिन्यू विद द स्लाइड्स. तो मैं इसको आपके साथ पीडीएफ फॉर्मेट में शेयर कर देता हूँ जिससे आप इसको कहीं भी पढ़ सकें. कई बार पीपीटी आपके मोबाइल में ओपन भी नहीं होती है. जस्ट अ मोमेंट. Now you can check it is visible in your chat box. So those who have not downloaded earlier, now they can download it, है ना? आप इसको डाउनलोड कर लीजिएगा। और मैंने आपसे बुक भी इसकी शेयर की हुई थी पहले, अगेन आई एम शेयरिंग सो दैट इट शुड रीच टू ईच वन ऑफ यू। So this is the book from Himalayan Publishing House by K.S. Thapa. This is also very renowned book. इंडियन ऑथर की है और आप इसको इजीली, ये मैं आपसे पहले भी शेयर कर चुका हूँ, है ना? तो मैं इसको एक बार फिर से शेयर कर दे रहा हूँ आपके साथ। So the one who ever not able to download, they can download. So both the things I have shared. Now coming back to the topic which we were discussing. एक बार है ना अपने माइक्स जो है ये जरा आप वो रखा करो, म्यूट रखा करो, है ना? कई कुछ कुछ लोगों के अभी ये डिसेबल नहीं है, तो वो फिर अभी कौन की किसकी आवाज आ रही है जब पता नहीं चलेगा, है ना? जस्ट लेट मी चेक। यस, अब क्रियांगी दुबे की आवाज आई जा रही है, उसको पता ही नहीं है। चलिए ठीक है, आई हैव disabled the mic. Now coming back to the topic which we were discussing. Yes. So now we will discuss these different qualities of an HR manager, and this is also very important for you if you are willing to be an HR manager in some company in the reputed one. Then you must be equipped with these qualities. The first is knowledge. Knowledge means knowledge of HRM. Like if you are in compensation, what are the different heads, what are the legal foundations, what are the legal norms for compensation, what are the deductions, what we can give as an addition in the compensation. These all knowledge has to be there, or equipped, the HR personnel should be equipped with these kind of knowledge with reference to the compensation, because he is working for compensation management department under the HR function. Similarly, if you are into the recruitment, then recruitment related all the rules, regulations, your responsibilities should be very much clear to you. If it is clear, there will be no, we can say, the no sort of, not any kind of confusion you will have, and you can easily do your work without any kind of problems. है ना? कि हमें अपने अगर जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन अगर हमें करना है, जॉब स्पेसिफिकेशन हमें अगर क्लियर करना है, if we are going to conduct a job analysis on a particular job, these things will be very much easier for the one who have the thorough knowledge of these conceptual areas, and vice versa. अगर आपको नहीं है इसकी knowledge, then you will be seeking the different people for getting the answers, and in that way you are going to delay all the process of this job analysis, whether it is description or the job specification. ठीक है? This is knowledge. Then intelligence. Then at which particular scenario what kind of decisions are adequate, that you have to take. कई बार ऐसा होता है ना कि suppose there are there are a mass of employees are there, those who are craving on one particular problem, they are raising their voice. So उस समय के अगर आप सोचिए कि आप बहुत जोर से aggression में आप उनसे बात करते हैं, और in that way the other party, that is the union, they are also getting very frustrated and irritated because of your harsh voice, then maybe there may be some casualty also, है ना? हो सकती है ना प्रॉब्लम, it may turn into any other way. तो आप माहौल को देखते हुए, the kind of situation is there, you have to act accordingly. ठीक है? तो that intelligence also very much required along with knowledge. The third is communication skill. तो communication skills में आप generally पढ़ते हैं ना 7 C's of communication. Do you know what are the different 7 C's of communication? पढ़े हुए हैं आपने? Have you gone through with this? So the 7 C's, अगर हम बात करते हैं, then we have this, अगर मैं आपको बोलूं that completeness has to be there in your communication, clear communication, यानी कि आप clear बोलें जिससे लोगों को समझ में भी आए. Correctness has to be there. Whatever you are saying, grammatically, sentence wise, paragraph, the line wise line, you should be correct also. है ना? There should not be any factual errors in your communication. Conciseness has to be there. मीन्स वट एवर यू आर गोइंग टू कम्युनिकेट, इट शुड बी वेरी मच कंसाइज. वो शॉर्ट होना चाहिए. जब वो बहुत ज्यादा होता है, देन पीपल गेट बोर्ड विद योर, वी कैन से द शेयरिंग, वट एवर काइंड ऑफ शेयरिंग यू आर डूइंग विद द एम्प्लॉइज. देन वी हैव कॉन्क्रीटनेस, यानी जो वर्ड हो उनको फैक्ट एंड फैक्चुअल हो, ऐसा ना हो कि आप कुछ भी इमेजिनरी बोल रहे हैं. देन ऑल्सो इट may not give the effect influential impression in the mindset of the employees. कोहरेंट होना चाहिए, courteous आपकी लैंग्वेज होनी चाहिए, तो these things has to be there in your communication. ठीक है, तो that is called, if these skills are there, इसलिए आपने देखा होगा ना कि wherever in the company the HR people are working, they are very much they do the communication very effectively, and people easily get influenced by the way they interact with the employees. These kind of capability has to be there being an HR manager. नेक्स्ट आते हैं, दैट इज ऑब्जेक्टिविटी एंड फेयरनेस. ये हम तो जानते ही हैं, ये हर जगह एप्लीकेबल है कि आप ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड बात करें अपने एम्प्लॉय से. इफ समवन इज कमिंग और समवन इज देयर, someone is presenting their issues, their problems with the other one, and you are going chit chat with them, okay, that we will discuss, अच्छा ये बताओ वो बताओ, and you are beating around the bush, you are not coming to the exact point which for which he is there in your offices. So it will waste time, they will not trust you anymore, and they may not be able to turn up again because you are not going to listen them properly. तो आपको टू द पॉइंट आंसर करना चाहिए वट एवर काइंड ऑफ प्रॉब्लम ही हैज. इफ ही इज रेजिंग सम इशू, फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट डिस्कस दैट इशू, then you can, maybe the time allows, then you can go for other thing, otherwise you have to be very much objective oriented. Second is fairness. यानी कि suppose you know ना that in company maybe HR has a friend of has a good friend in marketing department, and that friend, there is a victim who is affected by that particular friend, कि उसका कुछ मिसबिहेव था, उसने कुछ फिजिकल असॉल्ट या उसने कुछ फिजिकल वायलेंस कर दिया विद द अदर वन. Now once the victim comes to you, that victim employee comes to you and raising the complaint against your friend who is there in the marketing, तो क्या आप मार्केटिंग अपने फ्रेंड की साइड लेते हैं, बाइज्ड हो जाते हैं, और यू आर गोइंग टू टेक द फेयर डिसीजन? तो नाउ एज एन एचआर मैनेजर यू हैव टू बी अनबाइज्ड, and you should always take fair decision for the welfare of the organization. Just a second. Yes. So that is objectivity and fairness. The next is leadership and motivational skills. है ना, या क्वालिटीज हम इसको बोलेंगे. मीन्स यू, योर बिहेवियर, योर पर्सनैलिटी शुड बी एज सच दैट पीपल शुड गेट इन्फ्लुएंस्ड द वे यू टॉक और यू द वे यू इंटरेक्ट और द वे यू कम्युनिकेट द थिंग्स टू योर एम्प्लॉइज. है ना, उनको ये फील नहीं होना चाहिए कि अरे यू नो ना, इफ समवन इज स्पीकिंग इन अ गुड मैनर, they are considering you as a very important part. In that way, if some senior HR manager is communicating something which is very much relevant and factual from the company side, then the people will listen them very carefully. But on the other side, if you're, again जो हमने अभी तक डिस्कस किया ना कि your communication skill is not up to the mark, your personality is not as such, so that it should be creating or portraying some long lasting experiences, then maybe whatever important information might be you are going to share with the employees, they will not take it very seriously. So you have to be influential, your personality should depicted by these leadership factors. If these things are there, people will blindly going to trust your words and they will act accordingly. तो मोटिवेशन जो भी हमने बात की थी, जैसा भी बताया, देयर आर सो मेनी थिंग्स फॉर व्हिच द एचआर आर ऑलवेज रेस्पॉन्सिबल. दे आर आल्सो सपोज्ड टू organize these kind of things so that the overall motivation can take place within the organization. Next is emotional maturity. So emotional maturity is what? Suppose a group of people are there, those who are aggressively saying something to you and you are feeling very pressured, लेकिन वो आपके फेस से दिखना नहीं चाहिए. You should look very firm, you should look very confident, and you should listen them very patience with patience, है ना. Otherwise, if you suppose if these much of bunch of people are coming to you and they are addressing you very aggressively, and now you are shedding your tears in your eyes. समझ सकते हैं कि अगर आप ऐसी कंडीशन में आपको रोना आ जाए तो क्या होगा, वो आपको और हल्के मिलेंगे. दे विल कंसीडर यू एज ए वीक एचआर मैनेजर. तो आपको इस तरह की जो इमोशन, जो एक तरह से कह सकते हैं एनवायरनमेंट है, या इस तरह की जो सिचुएशन क्रिएट होती है, यू हैव टू लुक वेरी फर्म. अंदर चाहे भले ही आप डरे हुए हो एक बार को, लेकिन आपको बाहर वो चीज लेके नहीं आनी चाहिए. ठीक है, मे बी समवन इज गोइंग टू शेयर सम प्रॉब्लम. Maybe again one more example I'm quoting, that if one employee is there where some maybe her or his mother or father died because of some reason, है ना, एंड ही इज देयर at your desk to apply for the leaves कि ये मुझे लीव चाहिए. Now you are casually asking, you are laughing over there, that kind of situation, what kind of impression you will get? So these are the very common sense based behavior which you should always depict when you are being an HR manager. You are there to address the concerns of your employees. The next is empathy. ये तो हम जानते हैं, empathy, that the kind of situation your employee is passing through, you should always think from the mindset of that particular employee. तो जब आप अपने आप को सामने वाले के पोजीशन पर रखकर, इफ यू आर गोइंग टू डिसाइड, इफ यू आर गोइंग टू जज समथिंग, then more probably comparatively you are going to take the much better decision than the situation being in HR only. You are going to listen and you are going to pass the judgment. So आपको एक बार एम्प्लॉय की साइड भी रखकर अपने आप को खुद को सोचना चाहिए कि अगर आप एम्प्लॉय होते और ये कंसर्न आपके साथ अगर होता तो आपको किस तरह के जजमेंट की एक्सपेक्टेशन होती. The same way you should try to give the judgment so that employee should get the justifiable decisions from your side. All right. Now coming to the next one, issues and challenges related to HRM. So now any questions so far from your side? जो भी हमने पढ़े ये qualities of HR manager, अगर किसी की है तो please just raise your hand. Otherwise we will move further. तो अभी तक जो हमने पढ़ा क्लियर है? ये तो अगेन इट इज अ वेरी सिंपल क्वेश्चन है ना, ये जो आपका क्वेश्चन अभी हमने डिस्कस किया है, इट इज वन ऑफ द सिंपल क्वेश्चन इन एचआर दैट व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट क्वालिटीज. तो कई बार आप ये देखेंगे क्वालिटीज आर जनरली और समटाइम्स सम ऑफ द पॉइंट्स आर सिमिलर टू द leader also. What are the qualities of leader? He should be also having communication skills, intelligence, empathy. Then qualities of entrepreneur you will see some of the qualities will match with the entrepreneur quality as well. ठीक है, तो इन दैट वे दीज 2-3 आंसर्स यू आर गेटिंग इन 1 or 2 स्लाइड्स व्हिच यू कैन राइट. कमिंग टू द नेक्स्ट, दैट इज इश्यूज एंड चैलेंजेस रिलेटेड टू एचआरएम. एक बार क्विकली जल्दी पॉइंट पढ़ लीजिए, एंड इफ सम ऑफ यू वुड लाइक टू एक्सप्लेन दिस पॉइंट, यू आर मोस्ट वेलकम. इफ यू कैन एक्सप्लेन, like if I ask you what should be there in the first point, if I say that the setting up an adequate internal environment is very contemporary challenges before majorly before the majority of the organization, then how you are going to explain this? I am asking you. If anyone or some of you can explain this particular point, why I'm saying that this particular point, setting up an adequate internal environment, is very much challenging for the organizations. Anyone who would like to? Okay, Nipun Tevati, I'm coming to you. If you would like to explain, just unmute yourself and speak.
Yes, sir. There are employees from different mindsets and different problems, and to work with them integrity, it is very difficult task and to maintain a environment for the work in a particular company or at a particular field.
Okay, very good. Well tried, Nipun. Your point is very valid. In addition to that, if someone else, okay, Shri would like to, Shri, just tell me, am I pronouncing your name rightly or not? Then elaborate the point.
Sir, my name is Shrestha. So actually, I was not able to join
अच्छा,
the meeting, and I
okay.
was repeatedly. So I just
तो
typed
आप
in
अपने नाम को एडिट
short
फिर से कर लेना है ना, आपका नाम क्लियर रहना चाहिए.
Shrestha.
अभी
बिल्कुल
मेरे
सर,
को
हाँ
विजिबल जो हो रहा है
definitely.
वो श्री विजिबल हो रहा है, SHRE ओनली.
So that's what I wrote because so it's Shrestha. So, yeah.
Fine, fine.
Sir,
Yes, now please.
I want
हाँ,
to add into. Thank you, sir. I want to add to this that sir, so in any organization, for example, like presently where I am working at, so there are different departments as well. So there are,
Hmm.
I can see that people are not satisfied with the department they have got, or maybe they want to, they have some managerial issues with their boss, or issues with their subordinates as well. So that kind of dissatisfaction is also there when the working environment they are getting, or they get benched by their supervisors if they do not get a proper job or proper assignment, so they get benched, so they are not getting enough opportunities to showcase their talent. So that is another challenge that I can see internally they are facing.
Because she is experiencing the same thing in their organization, so better she is able to explain, है ना? कि उन्होंने बताया अभी श्रेष्ठा ने that there are the people that they are not happy with their kind of job they are getting, है ना? There are some issues, maybe some seniors are there, those who are playing these kind of things. Because of that reason, overall dissatisfaction is taking place in her organization. तो ऐसा कंपनीज में जनरली होता ही है ना, कि सपोज ऐसा, जैसा मैं कई बार एग्जांपल भी देता हूँ कि लाइक सपोज यू आर सपोज टू वर्क इन अ एचआर जॉब, या हम बोलते हैं फाइनेंस में आपने जॉब करनी थी, but in the company is very good, but now the position of marketing personnel is vacant. तो आप क्या करते हैं कि बीइंग एन एमबीए, चलो भाई मार्केटिंग भी मेरी स्पेशलाइजेशन थी, अभी मुझे फाइनेंस की या मेरी एचआर जो भी आपकी प्रायोरिटी है वो जॉब नहीं मिलती है, तो मीनवाइल क्योंकि काम तो करना ही करना है, तो उस केस में अभी ऐसा करते हैं कि हम मीनवाइल में ये वाली जॉब ज्वाइन कर लेते हैं। तो उस केस में क्या होता है कि दैट यू डू नॉट वर्क फ्रॉम योर विद योर विलिंगनेस ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर प्रोफाइल वेयर यू गॉट योर जॉब विच वाज नॉट एट योर प्रायोरिटी एट ऑल, but because you have to work, you have to bring your, because you always need the monetary support for your family, for survival of your family, so you have to do the job. तो जब इस तरह की कंडीशंस होती हैं तो आप क्या सोचते हैं कि यार काश मेरी डिजायर्ड जॉब जो थी उसके लिए यू ऑलवेज कीप ऑन ट्राइंग टू द अदर कंपनीज ऑल्सो, ये होता है ना? तो इस वजह से भी आपका एक डिमोटिवेशन आता है। तो इसको कैसे रिजॉल्व कर सकते हैं? it can be resolved by way of providing these kind of opportunity to your existing employee. Maybe you can have a bar, है ना? You can give this kind of filters कि maybe after 9 months of joining, 1 year of successful completion of your job, maybe then you will be able to apply in the other department if vacancy exists. So maybe in that particular scenario, maybe your desired field was finance, some vacancy arises, you can apply and you can get the shifted to that particular department. तो ये ऐसा कर सकते हैं ना? एडिक्वेट एनवायरनमेंट ऐसी बनेगा ना कि आपने फिक्स कर दिया फॉर एवरी एम्प्लॉय कि राइटली आफ्टर 1 year of time, those people who would like to join some other department, if vacancy come, they will always remain eligible, although they have to clear those test and rounds of interviews that is there, but they are eligible. तो उससे क्या होगा? That your skilled workforce would like to remain within the company only, because they know after completion of my first year I will be able to join my preferred department. So maybe the company can better utilize the talent of that particular individual in the preferred zone of that particular M. तो इस तरह से हम एडिक्वेट एनवायरनमेंट को सेट भी कर सकते हैं। So any other way or any other aspect of this particular point you would like to explain? एक तो ये हो गया कि जो employees unhappy हैं अपनी job से because they would like to join somewhere else in some other department, तो उनको हम इस तरह से एक तरह से हम satisfy कर सकते हैं। What are the other things related to this particular point? ये देखिए, अब ये जो point छोटे छोटे दिख रहे हैं ना, they are actually very exhaustive, they are very vast. You can add so many aspects in these points. That's why these are as a challenge we are discussing over there. So now Pallavi, then I will come to Sonia. Then I will come to Sarthak. Yes, Pallavi?
So another challenge that can arise is of resistance to change, wherein the HR management is wanting to put in new initiatives or changes in the workplace, but people are resisting, and there's uncertainty from the employees. They are not showing
किस तरह के ये
willingness.
रेजिस्टेंस टू चेंज का कोई एग्जांपल दो? किस तरह के चेंजेस के लिए रेजिस्ट करते हैं एम्प्लॉइज?
सर वो किसी भी तरह से हो सकता है, कोई नया चीज इंट्रोड्यूस करना चाह रहे हैं, and there are people who are not willing to get into that particular change, or maybe are not wanting to give in their efforts.
Rightly said, Pallavi. Very good input from your side. So we will discuss this point also na, in more detail. First, let me come to the Sonia. So you have raised the point of resistance to change, and you will see there are so many researches, research papers the authors are writing in this particular domain also. That is called change management. है ना टॉपिक जो है हमारा resistance to change is negative word. So what we call change management. That how well you can manage the prospected changes which are going to take place within your company, what will be the ways out, how well you can maintain or manage these changes so that there should be minimum resistance from the side of the employees. जिसका हम एक एग्जांपल, चलो हम उसको अभी डिस्कस करते हैं, देन आई विल कम टू सोनिया देन सार्थक, ओके जस्ट वेट, है ना। तो उसको हम पहले एलाबोरेट कर लेते हैं पॉइंट को, दैट यू नो व्हेन, मैंने ये एग्जांपल शायद क्लास में भी दिया हुआ है, आई एम रिपीटिंग द सेम, क्योंकि ये एक मेजर एग्जांपल था इसलिए मैं इसको बार बार दे रहा हूँ। कि इंडिया में आप जानते हैं कि जब बैंकिंग सिस्टम था आज से 20 साल पहले, 15 साल 20 साल पहले, तो सारी एंट्रीज आपकी कागज में हुआ करती थी, रजिस्टर हुआ करते थे। आपने विड्रॉल भी करने हैं 100 रुपए, 200 रुपए, 500 रुपए, या आपको डिपॉजिट भी करने हैं सेम अमाउंट, आपको बैंक जाना पड़ता था। यू विल सी देयर वर लॉन्ग क्यूज इन द बैंक्स ऑलवेज, किसी भी छोटे से छोटे बड़े से बड़े काम के लिए। लोन चाहिए तो बैंक में जाओ, 100 तरह के कागज आपको फाइल में लगाने पड़ते थे। बट आफ्टर द कंप्यूटराइजेशन, no, after not after the computerization, at the time of computerization of these branches, there were immense resistance to change from the side of the employees because they were not computer literate at that time. और कंप्यूटर लिटरेट नहीं थे, तो अब उनको जॉब सिक्योरिटी, उनको ये मन में आया कि जॉब सिक्योरिटी हमारी अब डाइल्यूट हो जाएगी, इट विल बी इन ट्रबल, we all are in danger from the job side because we do not know about the computer and the government is going to computerize the branch. दूसरा, ईगो इशू। ईगो इशू कैसे था कि सपोज यू नो कि उस समय जो कंप्यूटर ट्रेंड लोग थे वो नई एज के लोग थे, 18 20 25 साल के लोग बैंक में काम कर रहे हैं, 25 30 35 40 50 55 60 साल के लोग, सम सीनियर मैनेजर, जूनियर मैनेजर, दिस काइंड ऑफ रीजनल मैनेजर, zonal manager of banks, branch heads. So they were feeling कि we are going to learn all these things from this young kid. So these kind of issues were there. एंड एट ए पर्टिकुलर एज, जब हम इस तरह के ओल्ड एज पर पहुंचते हैं, तो यू नो द पीपल ऑलवेज रेजिस्ट टू लर्न सम न्यू थिंग्स। सो ऑल दीज थिंग्स वर रेजिस्टेंस टू चेंज एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, बट वी नो हाउ द गवर्नमेंट हैज मैनेज देम, कि उनको ट्रेनिंग भी कराई, सारी चीजें कराई, उनकी जॉब को लेकर जो अनसिक्योरिटी इनसिक्योरिटी उनके मन में थी, ऑल दीज थिंग्स वर रिजॉल्व विद द हेल्प ऑफ डिफरेंट एचआर टीम्स, एंड स्लोली स्लोली उन्होंने उसको सीखा, कंप्यूटर अपग्रेड, कंप्यूटर सिस्टम इनेबल हुए, इंस्टॉल किए गए, और उसकी वजह से हम जानते हैं कि आज कस्टमर कितने ज्यादा इजीली एंड हाउ कन्वीनियंटली कस्टमर कैन यूज द बैंकिंग सिस्टम। और इवन ए सिंगल वर्क नाउ यू आर नॉट सपोज टू विजिट द ब्रांच फिजिकली, ऐसा है ना आजकल। विड्रॉ के लिए बैंक नहीं जाना, डिपॉजिट के लिए बैंक नहीं जाना आजकल, लोन चाहिए, पर्सनल लोन, होम लोन, एजुकेशन लोन, आप सब कुछ अप्लाई ऑनलाइन कर सकते हो, है ना। डिमांड ड्राफ्ट के लिए पहले बैंक जाते थे, एक फॉर्म भरते थे, सारी चीजें ऑनलाइन हो गई। ओवरड्राफ्ट चाहिए अपने बैंक से इजीली वो हो जाता है। सो फॉर मिनिमम थिंग्स यू आर सपोज टू गो द ब्रांच, अदरवाइज 90% यू आर नॉट सपोज टू विजिट द ब्रांच फॉर योर डे टू डे वर्क। तो रेजिस्टेंस टू चेंज को मैनेज कर लिया, दैट्स व्हाई दीज मच ऑफ इमेंस बेनिफिट नाउ द कस्टमर्स आर एबल टू एंजॉय, इवन द एम्प्लॉइज आर एबल टू एंजॉय, कि उनको वो इतनी सारी एंट्री नहीं करनी पड़ रही, रिकॉर्ड मेंटेन नहीं करना पड़ रहा, सारा सिस्टम पर है, एवरीथिंग इज ऑन डेटाबेस मैनेजमेंट, है ना, वो डीबीएमएस है सारा बना हुआ, क्लाउड पर है सारा का सारा, वो डिलीट भी नहीं हो सकता। तो दीज आर द बेनिफिट्स। So very good point raised by the Pallavi. That is a change management. Now coming to Sarthak. Sarthak, yes, your point on the same point. Please unmute.
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. So, sir, as you mentioned about the change management, and of course, in this slide, we can also see the fifth point, keeping up with the technological advancement. that is also a part of change management, right? Example, I just give an example in any organization, right? So in HR, there are different departments. Like when we're talking about the talent development department, when we're talking about the learning and development department, right? So these are basically the departments. Those are actually, making sure that the change should come inside any organization. When we're talking about any learning management point of view, when we're talking about upskilling or reskilling of any employees, right? So that actually fix the part of the setting up an adequate internet environment, because and that time we are thinking about on the organization, we are looking about on the
Your voice is
part of it. We are, where we are actually trying to retain the existing employees instead of hiring any new employee, or just by giving them an upskilling part of it to learn something new and can be utilized in any new project when we are talking about an IT organization. An example, nowadays we have various examples, like new trend or the buzzword is AI, right? That is coming in any IT organization. So what most of the IT organizations they are doing is they are actually upskilling their existing employees with the new technological advancement so that they can utilize the same employees for new different projects. So that is what, sir, I just want to add here.
Yes, very good point. You have raised the point of upskilling. So based on that, what we can do, you are very, I'm not going to repeat, but yes, in addition to that, I would like to say that by way of upskilling, you are also able to promote your employees. You means if you are going to refer your internal employees only for the senior position, it means there will be a positive word of mouth within the employees. Ki yes, if we will also do the work hard, we may also get promotion and these kind of opportunities within the same company. We are not supposed to move to any other company for these kind of objectives. तो इससे क्या होगा, मोटिवेशन भी क्रिएट होगा, एडिक्वेट हेल्दी कॉम्पिटिटिव एनवायरनमेंट भी क्रिएट होगा, which is win-win situation for both the parties, employer as well as employee. So very good point raised by the Sarthak also. So I hope now this point is very much clear ki why it is a challenge and how we can resolve, or how we can say we can go through with these kind of challenges raised due to these kind of problems. है ना, कि उनके क्या solution हो सकते हैं, how do we implement them, these kind of things can be very well addressed by way of these kind of solution, which we have already discussed regarding 3 different scenarios to setting up an adequate environment. इसमें हम एक चीज और भी ले सकते हैं, जस्ट अ सेकेंड, जो हम बात कर रहे हैं एडिक्वेट इंटरनल एनवायरनमेंट के लिए, कि वर्क प्लेस हार्मनी, ग्रुप डायनामिक्स, टीम स्पिरिट, जो हम बार बार बात कर रहे हैं ना, उनको भी हम ध्यान में रखते हुए डिफरेंट डिफरेंट एक्टिविटीज हम कर सकते हैं. नाउ कमिंग टू नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, क्योंकि एक पॉइंट पे काफी डिस्कस हुआ है. नाउ कमिंग टू द नेक्स्ट, दैट इज कोपिंग अप विद द इंक्रीजिंग वर्कफोर्स. माय फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, व्हाई दिस वर्कफोर्स इज इंक्रीजिंग इन द कंपनी. इंक्रीजिंग वर्कफोर्स का मतलब क्या है, इसको हम ये भी लिख सकते थे, वर्क कोपिंग अप विद द वर्कफोर्स, व्हाई इट इज इन इंक्रीजिंग मैनर. If anyone would like to give their input on this, and then why do we need to cope up with this increasing workforce related problems? What will be the problems? If anyone of you, other than Shrestha, Pallavi, and Sarthak, other also should participate, है ना? I can see there are 113 students at present. Only 3 are participating. Why? बाकी लोगों का मन नहीं है अभी. हर्षराज, ओके, हर्ष ने भी पहले बताया था वैसे, बट ठीक है, काफी टाइम बाद आप बता रहे हो. नाउ यू कैन स्पीक हर्ष. आई एम सीकिंग मोर हैंड रेज्ड फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट.
Basically, hi sir.
हाँ, प्लीज पार्डन.
Basically, if we are increasing the workforce, it means we are marginally adding sub units in our workforce for the our product or work we are doing on. So
Yes, right.
if we hire more and more, and without knowing the output of that workforce increasing, it will be difficult for a company to run on. So for that, HRM need to cope up with the increasing workforce.
Okay, fine, fine. So he has given the reason that why do we get the increment in the workforce, why it is increasing. So very good. Now how we can cope up with. और अभी आई कैन सी दैट पारस इज राइटिंग कि सर हमारे माइक म्यूट है, दैट इज ओके, बट यू कैन रेज योर हैंड ना, व्हाट आई एम डूइंग, यू नो ना व्हाई योर माइक्स आर डिसेबल्ड, because if it will remain enabled, anyone will speak at any moment of time. तो वो फिर आप इतने जब लोग होते हैं ना, इतने सारे स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं, तो फिर वो है ना दिक्कतें आती हैं उसको मैनेज करने में, आपकी ये वॉइस को, वी विल नॉट बी एबल टू गेट द क्लियर कम्युनिकेशन, बट यस इफ यू विल रेज योर हैंड, देयर इज अ थम्स अप ना, आप थम्स अप कीजिए, आई विल अलाउ यू टू स्पीक। हाँ, मोहिनी ने बिल्कुल ठीक लिखा है, द सेम थिंग आई एम सेइंग। So anyone of Acha, okay, Parth is saying, sir, we can distribute the access employee to different branches and department. Yes, very good. This is one of the way out. अब हमें ये पता है कि why do we have the increasing workforce, उसका reason उन्होंने बता दिया. Then how to cope up with this? If your workforce is increasing, maybe that is in addition to the real required numbers of the employees in your organization at a given point of time. So as Parth has suggested, what we can do, if you have multiple branches, multiple production unit, multiple other functions location, then you can shift your workforce to that particular branches. In that way, you are not going to terminate them. You are not going to eliminate them from your system, and your जो अभी आपके कंपनीज में जो सेंस ऑफ स्टेबिलिटी है, जॉब सिक्योरिटी है, इट विल रिमेन इंटैक्ट। बट अगर आप उस वर्कफोर्स को, जो इंक्रीजिंग वर्कफोर्स है, एडिशनल वर्कफोर्स है, अभी एडिशनल वर्कफोर्स की बात हो रही है, अगर आप उसको मैनेज नहीं कर पाए तो आप क्या करेंगे? आप उनको कोई, आपने कोई प्रधानमंत्री स्वरोजगार योजना तो चलाई नहीं है, आपकी अगर कॉस्ट ज्यादा जाएगी तो आप उनको निकालेंगे, तो फिर क्या होगा कि मे बी द सेंस ऑफ इनसिक्योरिटी रिलेटेड टू द जॉब विल गेट स्प्रेड अमंग योर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, अमंग योर वर्कर्स। इन दैट केस स्किल्ड वर्कफोर्स में ऑल्सो स्विच टू द अनदर कॉम्पिटिटर्स, तो ये प्रॉब्लम फिर आपको सताएगी। That's why better is to distribute the access employees to the different branches. This is one. What else? What else is the solution for, or how do we cope up with this increasing workforce problem? If anyone else would like to give some input, okay, श्रेष्ठा, मुझे लगता है तीन ही लोग बताएंगे, इसके अलावा कोई नहीं आने वाला है ना। एक हर्ष ने बताया 4, now वर्षा गौतम, श्रेष्ठा, I will come to you after Varsha, okay? So Varsha, now please give your viewpoint on this.
So we can like use proper selection test interviews and background checks to hire skilled and suitable employees to sort out this kind of situation.
No, actually there no, this is not the point, Varsha. Actually, we have increasing workforce. हमारे यहाँ जो workforce है वो increase हो रही है because of certain reason.
Hmm.
तो उस workforce को हम कैसे cope up करें, उसको adjust कैसे करें, जिससे वो हमारे लिए एक problem ना बने. This is the point. Selection तो उनका वो test के through, interview के through तो आए ही हैं सारे के सारे select होके, क्योंकि उनकी requirement थी. After that, how to cope up with them? Okay, I will come to now to Anjali Pandey. Anjali, please unmute and speak.
Good evening, sir. We can focus on streamlining communications, and also we can implement the scalable system to maintain the productivity and team growth.
Okay, fine. Means you are saying that we should have a streamline system so that
Yes,
we
sir.
can communicate very easily, conveniently, comfortably with all the workforce member,
Staff
all the
and
employees.
yes, sir.
ठीक है, okay, good. What else is the possibility? So I will just a minute. Okay, now I coming to Sonia. If Sonia would like to say something, then I will come to Ritu Thakur. Sonia, please unmute yourself.
Yes, sir. Sir,
Hmm.
increasing workforce is something like where we can verify the workflow of the employees, how they are doing it. If let's suppose we are finding some of the employee who are tenured enough but are not performing well, due to which the workforce could be increased. right? After verifying that only, we include HR to conduct the session with the employees to give them a feedback so the employee can work accordingly. The previous student have mentioned that, by like doing the streamlining the process so that we can get the inputs of the employees what they are putting on their work, and being a HR, it's their responsibility to give them a feedback with the different methods, like giving them a feedback on a verbal or written as well. So accordingly we can work on the attrition on throughput as well. I'm not sure whether I'm correct or not, but
Okay, Sonia, very well elaborated. Your point is really valid. ठीक है, आपने कई सारे aspect बताए. That is good. Now coming to Ritu Thakur, so that first I can get the input, then I will compile all what you have said. Yes,
Sir,
Ritu,
we will
please.
use of technology like adopt HR software and digital tools to manage attendance and performance, payroll, and communication efficiently.
Yes, okay, fine. So means your jo again the kind of workload the HR is able going to face, that we can resolve by way of applying or integrating technology to do the work and HR
Yes,
work. As you
yes,
have
sir.
said, like we can add compensation management, we can have the compensation related softwares for
Yes,
grievance redressal. Again, we can have ERP through which they can raise their voice and other aspect also. Very good input. In that way, we can cope up with the challenges which will come by way of having more number of employees within the organization. Okay, very nice, very
Yes, sir.
nice, good input, Ritu. So now next I will come to Shrestha, then Pallavi. Yes, Shrestha.
Um, Sir, thank you, sir. Sir, so we cannot throw the people out. So we can ask them to take a voluntary retirement, like so that we can, or do not engage them like after they're retired. So we do not engage them in uh, like hiring back again for some posts. So even after in my organization, I can see even after they are retired, they join the department back or
Okay.
for some like a couple of years or as a contractor, so we
Yes,
can
very good, very good.
restrict them. Yeah. And also, sir, I wanted to say like we can our uh, outsource our workforce to some other offices for consultancy, like if we have extra workforce, so we can align the staff, like we can figure out what workforce we have, what kind of expertise they have, and then accordingly we can send them to our like outsource and send them for consultancy.
Okay, very good, very good. You have raised couple of points. Again, very good elaboration from your side, Pallavi.
Thank you.
सॉरी श्रेष्ठा है ना, श्रेष्ठा ने भी बताया था.
Yes.
नाउ कमिंग टू पल्लवी देन अंकुर. थैंक यू श्रेष्ठा. पल्लवी, यस, योर पॉइंट. पल्लवी काफी
So
देर से वेट कर रही है. सॉरी
we
पल्लवी,
can
आपको
offer.
काफी वेट करना पड़ा. हाँ.
That's okay, sir. So we can offer flexible work arrangements also, such as remote or hybrid models. This will support well-being also, productivity of our workforce, and at the same time, we can incorporate a broader talent pool also.
राइट, वेरी गुड. ठीक है पल्लवी, यानी कि हम अगर उनको फ्लेक्सिबल, उससे होगा क्या, देखो आपने सही बताया, बट अगेन इफ आई इलेबोरेट फर्दर, मीन सपोज यू हैव लिमिटेड स्पेस एंड योर वर्कफोर्स इज इंक्रीजिंग, मे बी इट से इंक्रीजिंग वर्कफोर्स के दो मीनिंग है, पहले ये क्लियर होना चाहिए. एक तो इंक्रीजिंग ये है कि एट वन पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम यू नीड 100 एम्प्लॉइज, बट नाउ दे आर 120, यानी रियली वी हैव more workforce in addition to what is really required. एक तो ये कंडीशन है. दूसरी कंडीशन ये है कि मे बी योर कस्टमर बेस इज इंक्रीजिंग, योर सेल इज इंक्रीजिंग, है ना, यू आर इंक्रीजिंग योर प्रोडक्शन. दैट्स व्हाई अर्लियर यू हैड योर स्पेस इज लिमिटेड, you had maybe 100 earlier you had 100 positions, now there are 150 people those who are required to work over there. तो दो कंडीशन हो गई ना. एक तो अननेसेसरली हमारे पास एडिशनल वर्कफोर्स है, दूसरा बिकॉज आर डिमांड इज इंक्रीजिंग इन द मार्केट ड्यू टू विच नाउ वी हैव मोर वर्कफोर्स. तो जो आपने अभी पॉइंट बताया पल्लवी, इट इज वैलिड फॉर द सेकंड पॉइंट, है ना, राइट? कि जब हमारे
Right.
पास वर्कशॉप बढ़ती जा रही है, वर्कफोर्स हमारी इंक्रीज हो रही है, देन व्हाट वी कैन डू, वी कैन गो फॉर दीज काइंड ऑफ ऑप्शंस. Like maybe we can give this as an option. Those who would like to work from office, they can come to office. Those who would like to work from home, they can work from home. Or those who would like to use the hybrid model, they can go for that also. So on willingness basis, you may also get the options from the employee. In that way, you can manage your workforce also, the increasing workforce. ठीक है, तो एक ऑप्शन हो गया, आपने बताया था अभी इससे पहले जो श्रेष्ठा ने बताया था, इट वाज आल्सो वेरी गुड, दैट we are going to integrate technology so that we can reduce our overall workload, because it will be done by the softwares, it is easily manageable over there. Second, that we can give the options to workforce for being remain working on these three models. Okay, now coming to Ankur Kumar, then I will come to Shrestha. Yes, Ankur.
Yeah, hi sir. I'm on.
Yes,
Yeah, so in the increasing workforce,
Ankur, your voice is very slow, please raise the volume.
yeah, voice is good now.
Yes, better, yes.
Yeah. So if the workforce is increasing, it means that the requirement, there was a requirement for which the workforce has came to the organization. We have to focus that the why the workforce are increasing, for what requirement we put them into organization, the for that work is going smoothly or not, how the employee can contribute more additionally. That will also justify the salary or pay for that employees and beneficial for the company.
Okay, means you are saying that the how well we can utilize our workforce so that they can justify their salary also, right?
Yeah.
So that we can say again the optimum utilization of resources. But here again, the point is that how we are going to cope up with the additional workforce. हमारे पास workforce जितनी हमारी अभी present capacity है उससे अब ज़्यादा होती जा रही है. कैपेसिटी इन द सेंस इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर वाइज, कैपेसिटी इन द सेंस कि अभी जो लोड हमारे पास है और एक टाइम जो पहले कभी लोड हुआ करता था उस समय जो हमने हायर किए थे, नाउ वी हैव द एडिशनल वर्कफोर्स आल्सो. तो इन दैट डायरेक्शन वी आर आस्किंग. तो हम अभी उनके लोड की बात नहीं करेंगे. यस, ओके, इन दैट वे वी कैन से दैट मे बी वी विल कम टू नो दैट व्हाट आर देयर डिफरेंट रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, how much of percentage of their targeted figures they were able to achieve. So those who were not able to work satisfactory, we may ask them to leave. एक तो ये हो गया उस केस में जब 100 की रिक्वायरमेंट है 120 हो गए हैं, ठीक है, तो उस केस में अप टू सम एक्सटेंट इट इज valid. Now I'm coming to this chat box because some of the students have given very good inputs on these this particular point. So that is sir, we can Parth has said, Parth Nair, sir, we can distribute the access employee to different branches. ठीक है, very good. You have already, और ये हम discuss दोनों कर चुके हैं जो आपने बताया. Sir, we can scale the infrastructure or offer. Yes, in scaling the infrastructure means we can also have the another branch. We may also get the more space at the same existing branch if it is possible to acquire. These things we can also go for so that we can handle these increasing workforce. ठीक है. हाइब्रिड और वर्क को हमने डिफाइन ऑलरेडी एक्सप्लेन कर ही लिया है. तो गुड इनपुट पार्ट. देन ईशान सेड दैट वी कैन ऑटोमेट पेरोल एंड परफॉर्मेंस. सबसे पहले हमने यही वाला पॉइंट डिस्कस किया था, दैट इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी. सो गुड पॉइंट ईशान. देन पारस सहाय, we can conduct performance improvement plans every 3 months based on employee performance. Ask their manager to provide feedback to the particular person about their performance. ठीक है, तो in that basis we can segregate the performers and non-performers. Then with non-performers we can give them some time, retrain. If again they are not performing, then we can ask them to leave. And a laying off we can also do for such kind of employees. And we have a valid reason also, because they were not able to perform. The next, Obeta, I think I am pronouncing right, Obeta or Obeta. अब इसमें मुझे थोड़ा confusion है. Sorry if I am pronouncing wrong. We should get in touch with the managers and analyze the core responsibility of their team member. Accordingly, we can proceed with the low performing employee to transfer to other suitable department or put in training or PIP, or else manager should be responsible for the productivity, should know the original cause of the extra workforce and work on that, right? So all these things can be implemented to solve the problem of these increasing workforce in the organization. तो सारे पॉइंट वैलिड है, वेरी गुड। अब देखिए, इफ यू विल समिंग अप ऑल दीज पॉइंट, if we compile all these points given from your side only, मैंने तो कुछ ज्यादा ऐड नहीं किया ना इसमें, आप ही लोगों ने बताया, this is more than sufficient for this particular point. तो अगर हमें सोचना हो कि if this question comes into the this question paper, then this much of content you have only on a single point. तो आई होप यू गॉट द आइडिया कि अगर आपके पास ये सिंगल क्वेश्चन आता है और आपके पास ये 5 ही पॉइंट है, अगेन इफ यू विल रेफर द एसएलएम यू विल गेट मेनी, तो आप इतना कंटेंट लिखने की कैपेबिलिटी रखते हैं, ये ध्यान रखिएगा। विद द हेल्प ऑफ डिफरेंट एग्जांपल यू शुड ऑलवेज एक्सप्लेन दीज पॉइंट्स, ठीक है? तो आपके पास और अच्छा और एनरिच्ड और क्वालिटी कंटेंट होगा विच यू विल राइट एंड डेफिनेटली यू विल गेट मार्क्स अकॉर्डिंग। नाउ कमिंग टू नेक्स्ट, डीलिंग विद द लीगल एनवायरनमेंट। ये क्या मतलब है यहाँ पर लीगल एनवायरनमेंट से? अब क्या हमें एचआर को वकील भी बनाना पड़ेगा क्या? डू वी नीड टू आस्क देम टू डू एलएलबी or something else is there? Anyone? Now, anyone, those who quickly can answer on this, please raise your hand. Okay, Harshraj, I'm coming to you. Yes, Harsh, please speak.
Sir, for that, a company is running in which country, they have to follow the rules and regulation of that particular country. For this, I'm going to give example like the betting app ban last month.
Hmm.
Before it was a legal term for this country, and before the banning that, they were legally allowed to do so. But after the legally ban, the all of a sudden the companies got crashed. And another
Yes.
example can be a
Hmm.
company who is dealing in import or export duties. Sorry, import or export business. So if
Hmm.
the countries raise or get low tariff and all, the legal things can be affected by these things of that
Definitely.
company.
Very good elaboration. Perfect. I can say that you have raised two aspects in this particular point. One is that जो आपने बताया कि अभी एग्जांपल जो आपने दिए बोथ आर रिलेवेंट टू दिस, एंड यू कैन यूज द अदर स्टूडेंट्स कैन आल्सो यूज दीज एग्जांपल्स इफ इट कम्स इन योर एग्जामिनेशन। लाइक अभी जो रिसेंटली आपने देखा कि बैटिंग जो कंपनीज थी, है ना, जिस पर हम ऑनलाइन गेम्स हम खेलते थे, ये सारे आज आप देखेंगे गवर्नमेंट ने इनको प्रोहिबिट कर दिया है, बैन कर दिया है। So those companies who are in these kind of businesses, they have to stop these business immediately, because now if they will not following the rules, definitely there will be a punishable, it will become punishable offense for the owners also. So अगर वो awareness होगी आपको कि ये बैन किया है, तभी तो आप उसके अकॉर्डिंग एक्शन ले पाओगे, right? Another example was from import and export, the companies those who are into export and import businesses. So you know the tariffs are changing, है ना? हम ट्रम्प को देख सकते हैं, उन्होंने क्या किया, अकॉर्डिंगली यू हैव टू पुट द प्राइस। इफ यू विल नॉट मेक द चेंजेस, डेफिनेटली यू कैन सफर immense losses because you are not adhere the guidelines which is given by the US government related to the tariffs. तो इसलिए आपको लीगली कॉम्प्लायंस को आपको जैसा बताया भी है अभी यहाँ पर एक पॉइंट जो चैट बॉक्स में भी लिखा है इन्होंने, उबेटा ने, दैट हियर वी आर टेकिंग कॉम्प्लायंस पार्ट। तो ये कॉम्प्लायंस आपको फॉलो करने पड़ेंगे, रूल्स आपको फॉलो करने पड़ेंगे, ठीक है? अदरवाइज द प्रॉब्लम विल बी देयर। The next is I think Ritu Thakur. Then I will come to Ankur. Yes, Ritu.
सर हम ऐसा भी बोल सकते हैं ना, लाइक एचआर हैज टू इंश्योर दैट ऑल कंपनीज प्रैक्टिस लाइक लेबर लॉज एंड गवर्नमेंट रेगुलेशन related to wages and working hours, safeties and employees' rights.
Yes, definitely yes. तो देखिए अभी जो हर्ष ने भी जो हमें कुछ एग्जांपल दिए थे, उसमें एक चीज थी कि हमें ना इंपोर्ट और एक्सपोर्ट टैरिफ पे चले गए, ये एचआर को हम नहीं मानेंगे, ये उनका काम है। फॉर दिस वी हैव लीगल टीम्स, बट व्हाट नाउ दिस स्टूडेंट, क्या नाम आपका था अभी? अंजलि?
सर रितु ठाकुर।
ऋतु, ऋतु
यस
ठाकुर, हाँ। तो उन्होंने जो बताया नाउ इट इज मोर रिलेवेंट बिकॉज वी आर
यस
टॉकिंग अबाउट एचआर रिलेटेड कंप्लायंसेस, वी आर टॉकिंग
ओके
अबाउट लेबर लॉज, वर्कमैन कंपनसेशन एक्ट, है ना, यूनियन एक्ट, अगर वो आपके यूनियन फॉर्म करना चाहते हैं तो इज इट वैलिड और नॉट, हमको इनको ध्यान देना पड़ेगा। तो एचआर शुड बी वेल इक्विप्ड विद द नॉलेज ऑफ एचआर रिलेटेड कंप्लायंस व्हिच आर एप्लीकेबल टू द कंपनी। So
ओके
very good point from Ritu.
थैंक यू सर।
Good one. Now coming to Ankur, if you would like to say something, then I will come to Paras. Yes,
Yeah,
Ankur.
so in the HR perspective, the legal requirement, we have to follow all the compliances related to the HR made by the particular government of the particular company, sorry, particular country. So, for example, in the POSH rules, employees, sorry, every organization has to make the POSH rule. There are specific criteria of the number of count of employee. I'm not aware of the count of employee. So they have to establish a committee which will look after that. So the female employee will feel safe. The PF rules that after the 20 employees in any organization, they have mandatory to pay the PF. All the certain things the HR has to legally bind to compliance agreements.
Yes, very good explained. Again, relevant because you have highlighted the examples from the HR related compliances, as you have said about this PF rule, more than 20, less than 20. Yes, these things need to be followed by the organization. Okay. So I think this is sufficient for this particular point. I am not coming to the other respondent on this particular point, and definitely we will discuss more on these topics. And for today, है ना, हम अभी आज इतना ही कवर करते हैं. That is sufficient for the day. The next two topics अभी आपके सामने भी हैं, that we are going to discuss. Read them more, है ना, इसको पढ़िए और फिर अच्छे से इस पे जो relevant example हो वो आप लेके आइएगा. देन इन द नेक्स्ट क्लास वी विल आल्सो डिस्कस. अच्छा ठीक है, ये तो पार्ट नहीं है आपके इसका. सो दिस इज द लास्ट स्लाइड, है ना, फॉर योर यूनिट नंबर 1, एज यू कैन सी ओवर देयर. देन वी विल बी गोइंग टू नेक्स्ट मॉड्यूल, दैट इज मॉड्यूल नंबर 2, दैट वी विल स्टार्ट विद द जॉब एनालिसिस टॉपिक. ठीक है. So that's all from my side for the day. Have a nice day ahead. Thank you so much.